I give up. It's not worth it. Good morning, this is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and you're listening to Coffee with Kris, the time of the day where we share a cup of coffee and share a bit of the Word of God. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday morning for a hot cup of coffee and a hot cup of the Word of God. This is our 6th and 7th Sidra, our 6th and 7th Aliyah of the Torah portion of Vayishlach. So therefore, we're going to finish this Torah portion today. And the passage is taken from Genesis chapter 35, verse 14, all the way to chapter 36, verse 43. But we're going to be spending time in chapter 35, and we're going to be tackling the verses 28 and 29. So it says, "Now Isaac's days were 180 years. Then Isaac breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his peoples, old and full of days. So his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. The last time they seen each other was when Esau came with 400 men, probably with the intentions of wiping him and his whole family out. And he ends up going back home, and Jacob ends up cutting him off because he's a toxic person and going back the other way, going back the opposite way. So, if two, and they come together to bury their father, all right? So, did they bury the hatchet like possibly Isaac and Ishmael did? Well, if two people are fighting over a donut and a bird swoops in and nabs the donut, do they have anything left to fight over? No. The fight becomes pointless, and peace can be made. Sometimes for peace and reconciliation, let your pride die and forfeit the issue you're fighting about for the sake of peace. You know, sometimes when I was younger and there were people that wanted to fight me, I would say, you know what, you're not worth it. You're not worth fighting. I have nothing to answer for. I have nothing no reputation to maintain or protect. Besides, if I fight with you, I'll probably get in trouble. You're not worth the hassle. You're not worth the trouble. So whatever we're arguing about, whatever you wanted to fight over, I don't care anymore. And sometimes you've got to not care anymore about what you were fighting about in order that peace and reconciliation can be achieved. Because you know what? The other person may be like a dog with a bone, and they're just not a bigger man than you. They're not mature enough to let it go when you are. And so if it's not a hill that you need to die on, ask yourself, do I really need to fight about this? Is this really worth it? I just give up. I don't care anymore. Let's just make peace. Maybe that's what happened with Esau and Jacob, because what were they fighting over? A lot of what they were fighting over was their father's attention, their father's favor, their father's love, their father's blessing. Now that he's dead, they don't have anything left to fight about. Let it be water under the bridge. Let bygones be bygones, because after all, did not Isaac prophesy, okay, Esau, it's going to look bad for you here for a little bit, but you're going to get restless and you're going to shake the yoke of your brother off your neck and you're going to be your own man. So eventually you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. So maybe that's kind of what happened. I don't know. But anyway, examine your life. Maybe in your life there might be a situation with somebody where you can just kind of drop it and make peace. And if you can't, then you may have to do what Jacob did prior and just say, look, I got to cut you off. I'm sorry. So they had that contention, and he had to cut them off until what they were fighting over died, which was their father. So maybe you just got to kill the situation. You got to kill the thing you were fighting over so that there will be no more fighting. Guys, thanks so much for listening. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom, and God bless.